Hello to my sewist and general crafters out there. I had to take a few moments and show you how I get my scraps ready for my scrap quilts. I realized in those previous videos I didn't really talk about that much. Well, this is for you, those who want to organize their scraps. I have my GoMe. This is my portable little one, which was wonderfully gifted to me. Thank you to that special someone. I have my die cuts. I only have a few, so do realize that you don't need many to be productive. This one is for my rectangles. Remember in that YouTube video I mentioned how I use these rectangles in about 5 different quilt blocks. Those are my go-to quilt blocks with respect to scraps because I know I can sew them easily together and quickly. Also, I know how to use different design elements to change up the look of the block, also the look of the overall quilt, and create a quilt that looks very different with the same construction techniques. So watch that video and let me know if you have any questions on that specifically. The other thing I discussed in that video was the organization bit and how I organize. I did not mention my shoe boxes specifically in that video, I think, but I do use my little Dollar Tree, dollar store, dollar whatever that store that's near you. I use these because they're see-through and they're stackable. This helps keep my sewing area neat until I can get to cutting up the fabrics. Also, once all of my shoe boxes are filled, I know I need to actually pay attention to my scraps and get everything cut up in order to keep my space neat. That's my goal, is to keep my sewing area as neat as possible. The other thing is, if I can't fit everything in the containers that I have or in the space that I have, that means I have too much. So I might as well gift some of it, right? Have a look at this photo. Here you can see that as I'm working, I am already set up to create 10 stacks of scraps that have roughly the same fabrics in them. There's some variety in it, but roughly the same. I don't need all 10. Therefore, I'm going to gift some eventually. Actually, in this particular case, I'm getting ready for my quilt retreat here in Houston. Those 10 will be used by my quilt retreaters here in Houston. Are you in the area? Are you interested in learning more hands-on and you want to attend a quilt retreat? DM me or send me an email and we'll get you on my distribution list. Or if you're out there somewhere that I need to travel to, because I will travel for a quilt retreat, also email me and let's get that conversation started. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I mentioned I have my GoMe with my die cuts, and I can do nice small pieces with that. I can use my Shape Cutter Plus, which is a June Taylor product, to do larger pieces like this. Now my die cutter can cut 6 layers of fabric. My rotary cutter, which I use with the strip cutter, can cut 4. And that's why you get such efficiency by just pressing and cutting in one go, or rather one setting. That is how I got to getting those 10 stacks of fabric so quickly. That's why I recommend staying organized, having a method of cutting your fabrics out, and then of course sharing. That's fundamentally something that quilters do. Anyway, let me get back to getting ready for this quilt retreat because I still have a few surprises that I want to have in place for my attendees. I still have one video I want to get out to y'all on scraps before I leave for that retreat too. So still a lot to be done. Bye for now.